Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, and today we've got a little bit of old stuff and new stuff for you. Three pieces all together. One is old. I think it's like 15 years old, and the other two are very recent. The one especially is very recent, and we'll do him first. That is the Fast and Furious 1970 Custom Plymouth Roadrunner. And actually, I think this is a GTX in the movie, but I may be wrong. Anyways, this car is really cool looking, brand new casting from Mattel Hot Wheels. And I have been anticipating this one for a while. And I was going to order the whole set from J-Car, but I don't know, I just decided to get this one because the price was so cheap on it. They said it was on a damaged card for $4, but as you guys can see, this card is like perfect. It may have come out of a damaged case. I don't know, but I have noticed that about J-Car Diecast. When they say damaged package or damaged box, sometimes there is no damage whatsoever. I don't know if it's just that they're overstocked and they're saying it's damaged and getting rid of it. I have no idea what the deal is, or if the master case is damaged and the inner boxes are not. I have no clue. But this card is pretty much mint on this one. And you can get a case of the damaged F&F cars, all 10 for $45. It's like getting them for $4.50 a piece. But if you just want one or two, they think they have everything but the Koenigsegg, I think, is the only one that's not available for individual sale. So just a shout out for them. And this car is cool, but it is a little small. And I'll show you guys in a minute. Let's get this thing open. These new Hot Wheel Premiums are hard to get open. Ever since like 2016 or 17, when they were on the small cards and they were having problems with adhesive, they made sure that they would never have adhesive problems again. It is really glued on there good, the blisters. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. So anyways, the other cars in this set were the Lamborghini LM002 or 002 or however you say that, the Koenigsegg CCXR, and I know my son wants that car, so I still may have to get a case of these to get him the set, because I know he likes this and the GR Supra. So we may have to get that for him, the case. So anyways, back to this car though. This car is pretty close to being true to scale. I think it's a little bigger than like what a Johnny Lightning 70 Roadrunner or Superbird would be, but yeah, looking at it compared to like the Greenlight, see how much bigger the Greenlight bird is. I know this is a 69 and that's a 70, but it's pretty much the same car when it comes to dimensions. So, yeah, the Hot Wheels one is a little small, but you probably could get it to blend in some areas of a diorama, maybe. Or if you have a lot of Johnny Lightning stuff, this probably would fit in perfect with the Johnny Lightning Mopars. Johnny Lightning makes some great looking Mopars too, and this is a great looking car too. As you can see, the back end detail is correct, the tail lights and stuff are correctly done. It looks a little wide. It kind of looks short and wide for the casting, like comparing to the other cars, because it is pretty much almost as wide as the Greenlight, but it's too short. So I don't know, maybe that's what's throwing it off in its proportions, but the side like profile of the car looks good too. The wheel choice that they chose on the car looks good, all the same size wheels and stuff. And I think, dang, I think it's got a nick in it. Oh well. No, it looks like paper on it, actually, looking at it. So I'll try to get something and get that off here after a while. But yeah, it's a great looking car. And it has a six-pack style hood from 69. It doesn't have the 70 style hood, but it's got a 69 style hood, which they do make those for aftermarket for 70, I believe. So cool looking car. And as I said, I was a little disappointed in the size of it, though. I was hoping that it was going to be as big as the Greenlight one, and such. But I've even been tempted to start collecting the Johnny Lightning 71 and 72 Plymouths because they look really good, and they are the only ones that are accurate. Racing Champions makes one. It's really nice when it comes to scaling, but there's something up with the rear quarter panel and B-pillar that just does not look right. The Johnny Lightnings, however, are perfect, but they're just too small. And that's the 71, 72 that I'm talking about. So moving along, we're going to do another Roadrunner. This is a 69 from M2 Machines, and this came out, I think, earlier this year or late last year. The copyright is 2024, and then the release of this guy is release 121, so it probably was this year. Excuse me. But yeah, I believe that it was this year. Now, I've done one mod to this car. I've had it out of the package for a week now. I wasn't sure I was going to do a video on it because I know I showed it to you guys before, but when it was packaged and unopened. I was just hanging these on the wall because I love the original card art, but I decided to go ahead and take it off the card and put it in like some of my dioramas. So the blister on these things do not stick too well at all. Once you open the bottom part, the rest of it just kind of comes right off. So there is the Roadrunner. I thought I brought my Phillips screwdriver over here to get him off of the stand, but I guess I didn't. It doesn't really matter. There's nothing special to look at underneath the car anyways. It's just plastic base, as always with all the driver stuff. Now, the only thing that I did with this car is that I think it looked bad with just this little scoop sticking out of the hood. And it was barely sticking out of the hood. It wasn't even worth cutting a hole in the hood for that little tiny scoop. So what I did, I ended up getting a supercharger off of another vehicle, and I forget what it was. But I ended up attaching it to the engine and reattaching the scoop, and just kind of touched up the front area where there would have been a belt. Painted it with a Sharpie, so it's kind of has that purple bluish hue to it, not like regular black paint. Now this is probably a better looking one, in my opinion, than it was before. But this car, what I opened it for is because of the Pro Street look. The big rear meats and such looks really, really good. And it fit in perfectly with the Pro Street shop I was building next to Mr. Norm's. I have the 70 Charger that I showed you guys in the custom video, and that D100 swept line. Then I have the Plymouth Pro Streets from Hot Wheels, and then this guy. So all of them look really cool together, sitting over there in that little like Mopar performance garage area. So anyways, moving to the last one. That is the old one from 2000, let's see, I think it's 2010. 2011. This is the Greenlight Route 66 cars, and these were a really cool series. The cars were cool. The card art was cool because they gave you like some kind of landmark picture from Route 66. As you can see, Texas, Cadillac Ranch. Some of the stuff, I don't even know if it's still there or if it's totally like deteriorated into the ground by now, or if somebody's done away with it. I don't know. But it was cool to see this stuff in these pictures. And they always had like very good car choices. Like here you have your 71 Plymouth Cuda, and it's not the typical Hemi one that a lot of diecast people make. It's just a 383, which is cool. And it's got the regular, I don't know what they call the hood, the rally hood or something like that, for when it had the dual scoops like that made to the hood. And it does not have a go wing, so it's like go wing delete. It's kind of cool. Black top, black billboards, and that iconic double headlight grille of the 71 Cuda and the Guild fenders. Beautiful car. Let's get him out and take a look at him. And on the back, I'm not going to read this because there's a lot there. And it's not really zooming in too good right now. There we go. But it tells you all about this area called Cadillac Ranch and such. And it's pretty cool that they give you a little bit of history on the landmark. So here it is, out of the package and in person. And I did have this one before in the Philippines, but I ended up selling it before I came home. And then I got out of collecting for a little while. I was trying to get that hood open. Usually these hoods open fairly easily. But not this one, huh? Well, this one's not going to open today, guys. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, the Greenlight detail under the hood of these, I think, is good. I don't think the CUDA is too small like some of their engines are, like on their Chargers and Daytonas. But that's it, guys. These are our 3 Free It Friday cars. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back again on Monday for our Mopar Monday. We have 3 of the 69.5 Plymouth Roadrunner A12s from Greenlight. I think they're the only 3, unless they released one in the 50th anniversary Hemi set. But I think the 3 that I got are the only 3 A12s from Greenlight. If there's more, I'm going to have to get them, but I think this is it. So we'll take a look at those on Monday. We'll be cracking open all 3 of them. They're all old releases, so it's not something that you see every day. Be sure to tune in for that and turn on your notification bell so you know if we do drop a surprise video, and give us a thumbs up so it helps us move up in the algorithm and will help our channel grow. I really appreciate all of my viewers, either first time or somebody that does it all the time. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for watching.